Welcome back to the Yap and Sip podcast
with Ren
and Kay, where we have
no filters
and we make
no
apologies. Welcome back.
Hey girl. Just want to address really fucking quickly. My biggest thing about recording these podcasts every week, it's a flipping issue, is my hair. It really does me in. Like, I washed it this morning and I braided it and I was like, oh, I'm going to braid it and then it'll be like wet curl.
Watch this. We will do all of our editing and she'll go, oh, I hate that. Last week you had your hair like half up, half down with the bits in the front.
I looked bald. There was a bald spot.
She's just never going to be happy. On today's episode of Yap and Sip with Ren and Kay,
we are going back from last episode, if you made it that far. We spoke about not being together, like we are not lesbians.
We addressed it. We put it out there.
Slightly, and then we said, we're going to talk about this in the next episode because I think it's a big conversation and there's so much surrounding it.
100%.
So we're going to go into that. We're going to talk about little like, you know,
just friendships and things like that.
Yeah, all to do with like girls.
Mm.
Gully girls. So this is a gully girl app.
Gully girl app. I just think it's really hard to make friends as adults, and I think there's people that grow up and have a good bunch of friends and then they kind of see them throughout the life. So your friends, you know, you've been friends for years and years and years. But for someone like me, I have one best friend from my, not even childhood, from high school that I still regularly see and keep in contact with. And apart from that, it's like everyone else I have to make friends.
Oh, it's a joke.
And I just think it's really hard. And I think like when you get a different job, you like make friends in the job and like you click and then you're having lunch together and then you're going to work together and you're going home from work together. But then you leave the job and things just die down because you both really don't put in the effort to stay friends.
Yeah.
So I just think
real hard, true friendship is hard to come by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was the same. I have obviously Shay, my girl, back in Adelaide. Like we've been friends probably like 15 years or something. 15 years or something, 14 years. And she's like, I speak to her every single day. She's like my ride or die. And then being here that's what I lacked moving here, moving to the States. And I left her. And like you said, you've got all these different friends like from school or work or whatever else. But I think you really, to find a really like an actual best friend there's only a couple, you know, they're hard to come by.
Yeah, I think they're so hard to come by. Like I have met many people moving countries and living here, and I do have a really good group of friends. Like I'm talking 1, 2, 3 people, 4 people. But it's like the ones where I don't know, like sometimes you just think about something and you're like, oh, like she's not the person I'd tell about that. I'll go to that person and I'm going to tell her.
So you've got a person who you can just be like, guess what the fuck? And you know there's going to be no judgment.
Yeah.
There's going to be no nothing. Like, and I think, I don't know, I think my mama, but we were fucking lucky. Like it was like instant.
And I think you're my person for that. I don't, like it could literally be any subject under the sun. Like I'm telling you. Yeah. Whereas I'm not saying that my other friends aren't as good of a friend because it's all different. It's irrelevant how long, you've been friends or how you've been friends.
Yeah.
But I just wouldn't share certain aspects of things with those friends because they're not interested in it, because they're not in that type of
era.
In that era, or they might think it's immature, or they might just be like,
"Oh,
I'm not really
sure of that." Yeah.
So it's still a good friendship, but you don't just disclose everything, I guess.
Yeah.
But I feel like with you, I'm fucking doing it all, saying it all, having it all.
Oh hell yeah!
Because I think you're the exact same with me, and I think that's 100%.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's so funny because the whole like going back to the lesbian thing, it's like, why the fuck are you not allowed to have a best friend? Like, I don't think anyone ever thought thought that me and Shay were fucking, But like, not even in the beginning, we were always just best friends. But why is it now that all of a sudden you can't find girlfriends as an adult and they got to be fucking?
Yeah.
You know, like, what's going on? It's like, no, bro, like, wake the fuck up.
Yeah, you're so right. Like, if I think about the friends that I've made over the years, I'm like, no one would have ever been like, oh. So I'm like, so I think to myself, is it because I've been like in a relationship with a woman? And then I think no, because most of the people that think we're together are from your side of the freaking world.
Yeah.
So is it like, what is the reason? Is it because there was so much of us all of a sudden on social media and people just assumed, well, you wouldn't see each other that much unless you were sleeping together?
Yeah, I
don't understand it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like, there could be people in my world that are like, we know she goes both ways. You know, like, we know which is a segment that a segment?
Fun.
In the next segment, which will be something that I will talk about because that's, I think that I'm going to speak about that. But, is that why they think
then
that?
I don't think so, because then it's like, can you not have any friends if you swing both ways?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But, like, I just think, like, the people that are thinking it behind my back and that are like, oh, fuck, she must be... Like, come to me, brother, you know?
Yeah, just say it.
Go, oh, my God, girl, you're looking so... Like, yeah, I am super happy because I have, like, the coolest friend ever, like, that lives 2 minutes from me.
Yeah.
And not all the way back in fucking SA. Like, I'm happy because she fucking makes me happy, not because I'm tickling a situation, you know?
And if she's tickling the situation, well, it's none of your business still.
Yeah, it's none of your business. Leave us alone.
But that is super interesting. I wonder if it was just because it was just all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Like,
if
there
we'd
was
been
like
friends our whole life, no one would even think about it.
100%.
Yeah, it's weird. I don't know.
Never.
No.
Yeah. So when you were growing up and went through like primary school, high school, like, did you have good friends, and are you still friends with those people? Like, what was primary school and high school like for you in terms of friendships?
Primary school was epic. I really loved primary school. I think I always say, like, primary school was like my best time because I was, you know what? I think I was a popular kid in primary school. Like,
okay.
6, 7.
Yeah.
Tell me if I'm wrong, whoever went to school with me. But I think I enjoyed that because it was so free. Whereas high school, obviously I fell pregnant in high school, but, you know, it was like you had to be a hard ass in the school I was at. So it was very different. In terms of friends, I have friends that I was best friends with in primary school, and it followed all the way through, that I wouldn't say I'm very close with. Like, I'm not talking to them every day, but I still have them on social media. Okay. I'll still click back and forth. Like, there's a couple of good friends. I'll always comment, like, on photos of, like, their mum. There's one girl, her name's Kate. I'll just say her name's Kate. Absolutely. She was absolutely my best friend. And still now, like, she'll put her mum and her nan on, and I'll always comment. She's like, oh, Granny always talks about you. Like, it's just that thing.
Yeah.
Like, I had best friends as a kid that I still have, but obviously I don't talk to her every day.
Yeah.
High school, it was hard. I guess it was a little bit harder in high school. Still have them on my socials. Like, I'll still touch base, but I don't have any that I would. Some of, there might be like a couple that I'd see every time. Like, if I go back, I'll try and catch up with, but no, not really.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously, well, you would have left school and had Bonnie. Do you think having a child in high school, you got more friends because it was like, oh my God, can't believe it, I want to be your friend so I can be the one that says, hey, my friend's had a kid? Or do you feel like you lost friends because people were like, well, this is cooked, she's like off having a child now? Or do you think nothing happened in terms of your friendships?
Nah. The friends that I had before I was pregnant were friends stuck with me throughout my pregnancy. Like, school, they made it so easy. Like, it was so easy through high school. Good. And I don't think it would be easy for people. I don't think it would be easy for people now to date as easy. But my friends made it easy. Like, it was their baby, you know. And I do remember like the two that I really, really remember that were my friends. You know, they were there. They come in when Bonnie was born, and they come into the hospital and brought me presents. And obviously, after the fact, they still were in school and went on their life. So we definitely pulled away from each other. Like, we weren't after I had Bonnie, but I had a car accident in 2009 and they were there. You know, so it's like,
they were still there.
Yeah, on the sideline. But like we didn't hang out or anything like that. Just still.
Yeah, 100%. And then when did you move from Adelaide to the Gold Coast? How long ago now?
4.5 years. December will be 5 years. So 2020 we got 2020. December 2020 we got here. December the 1st we crossed over the border.
And did you have any friends here already?
Nah.
Nothing.
No, I've been told to disclose that word. Me and my partner at the time had moved here, and he had mates. Had already lived here a year or two before me, and we met in Adelaide. He was there for work, and then he already knew people here. So the only people I had here was my auntie and my cousin.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So my auntie and cousins are here in Brizzy.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anyone here. I made them all through like work and then I met a lot of really good people through something that I did called Sisterhood.
Yeah. Okay.
Which was absolutely fucking incredible.
So you had to make all your friends.
Yeah.
Through work and through that.
Yep. So everyone I know and everyone I speak to from the Gold Coast, I've just met along the way. Yeah.
Yeah. I just think, I don't even know. I just think it's so difficult.
That's hard. What was your experience like? Everyone, you obviously moved here on your own.
Yeah. So primary school, I feel like all of my experiences were shit. And
yeah, you had a shit school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So primary school, I met a really good friend, and we are still friends today. So literally she moved from Melbourne.
Is my gum swollen?
Yeah. But it's like full over your tooth.
Where's my Invisalign? Never mind. Keep going. Sorry. It's up there.
So she started school, we would have been like 5 or 6, and we became friends. And we're still friends to this day.
Yeah.
She still lives in New Zealand, so I still talk to her, but we weren't friends the whole way through.
Yeah.
So I feel like primary school, there was like a group of us, but I feel me and her were always arguing. Like, and our mums were always like, the girls are arguing again, like what's going on? And then when we would argue, the friend group would split and everyone would always side with her.
Yeah.
I feel like I was always the odd one out. I was always that one that was trying to like tag along. I was always one that was like, why aren't I invited? We then got to high school, and that's when I met my now best friend, Madison. She lives here on the Gold Coast now. And I met her just from high school because we went to different primary schools.
Did she live here first or you?
No, she's only been here 2 years.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
Yeah. My first couple of years of high school were good. Once again, like there was the friend group. My friend from primary school, she moved and went to a different high school, so we didn't go to high school together.
Yeah. I really wanted to have a sip of that, but I'm not sure if your son has like washed back.
No, I've been drinking that. And then once again, I felt like in high school, I was not the cool one. I was the one that was always like, why aren't I being included? And when we got to that age of like 14, 15, and you're going to house parties and like house parties in our town.
Was so good.
Was so good.
Kids just will never know.
Yeah, like so good, man. Like, yeah, and my parents were very, very good and very relaxed in the sense of like, yep, you can go, but I'll be buying you alcohol. This is how much you're allowed to take. I'll be dropping you off and I'll be picking you up at this time.
Yeah.
You break those rules, then there's restrictions.
Yeah.
Because of that, I had friends in my friend group that their parents weren't the same. So they would either like lie to them or sneak out or whatever. So everyone would always come to my house to get ready before the party, or it would be my parents that picked us up and dropped us off. And so at times I felt like I was just used because I had that benefit. Like, oh, well, like we know that we can drink. We can like, Kayla's parents are so cool. Like we can go there. So I felt like that's generally the only reason why they would.
Yeah.
And yeah, I guess I always felt left out, and then an incident happened at the end of high school which just derailed everything. Lost all of my friends, even fell out with...
Face me your hand. No, other way. How's your finger goes?
Oi, because Christmas one year...
No, go that way. Bloop. There you go.
Christmas one year, we had Christmas at my granddad's house, and he lives on a massive farm. So he mowed a massive patch in the paddock next to the house so that we could play cricket. I was young, specifically remember this, and my uncle was... What are you doing?
Oh my God, I was just listening to you. I'm like this. I'm like, can you imagine what I look like? I like Hunchback Notre Dame. My posture is so fucked.
He hit the cricket ball, and I went to catch it, and it was the worst pain, and I've had a freaking bung finger ever since.
Love that. We should talk about bung injuries, like what happened to me.
We
don't want to know about that. That's a whole different app. That's a stupid, dumb thing. Go.
I don't have any
Oh, this was stupid. This was last year. And it was... Sorry, Shay. Anyway.
Yeah, and then...
So how old were you? So you finished school. Then how old were you when you just went, fuck it, I'm moving to Australia? And was your mum sweet as? Was everyone just yep, you do you, babes? Or they were please don't leave us? How was that?
So I didn't finish high school.
And what made you move? Why'd you go, I'm going to Australia?
Okay. So the incident happened at high school. Mm-hmm. It was pretty horrific for the town, I guess. Mm. It's basically just I did something wrong, and many.
Because have we spoken about that?
No.
Do you want to speak about it? Do you want to just fucking get it out?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Okay. So obviously this is my story, and I don't want to speak on behalf of others or other people.
You slept with a teacher, didn't you?
I slept with a teacher.
Did you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Keep going.
Slept with a teacher. If I had slept with a teacher, who would I have slept? Anyway.
Yeah. Your story.
Yeah, this is, I guess, my story. I've never told it, and I don't want to speak on behalf of other people, but I'll do my best to stay respectful, etc. So basically, one of the girls in our friend group had a boyfriend who was older. So he wasn't at high school. He was older. They were together for a long time. I just remember them always being together. I'm talking years.
Yeah.
But I can't give you specifics. My memory doesn't go back that long. Now, I don't want to justify it because what I did was wrong, but I had just come out of a serious 3-year relationship, and I remember one of the last things he said to me, and we're cool, we're still really good friends now, but he said to me yeah, well, you're not going to find anyone else because the town's so small, and everyone knows me and everyone knows you, so because we've been together, no one's going to want you after this.
Wow.
So I remember feeling I'm 16, 17 years old, just feeling knowing that wasn't the case because everyone wanted me.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that sounds really gross, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I didn't have issues finding people.
Yeah.
And
to that, sister.
Feeling really crappy, and then yada, 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 yada. Cut that bit out of that's whatever. Fuck me. I'm trying to make this quick.
Yeah, nothing you say is ever quick, hun.
Went to a party, a house party, with my group of friends, all of those people, her boyfriend was there, all of those older guys were there. And then he drove us home. He dropped me off, he dropped someone else off. And then I get home and he texts me. And he's like, hey, it's so-and-so. And I was just kind of I don't even know this guy. I just know that he's her boyfriend. I don't know anything about him. And I was just kind of hey, and just had a chat. And he was like, I hope you don't mind. I got your number off my girlfriend's phone.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, all good. I don't know. In my head, I'm just yeah, that's cool. And we just had a chat. And then he basically was like, I want to meet up with you. And I was like, okay. Because no one loves me and I'm a loner.
Yeah.
So I did that. He picked me up and we slept together. Mm-hmm. So then I was like, basically like, don't fucking ever say anything. Like, I'm literally forgetting it.
Yeah.
I did not enjoy the experience. Mm-hmm. It was not worth it whatsoever for me in any way, shape or form. And I literally forgot about it and moved on. Mm-hmm. Like, I'm not going to lie. I somehow just switched it off.
Yeah.
I was not going to school every day or hanging out with her or any of them and being like, fuck. Like
Yeah.
It was gone. It
Yeah.
was in the back. It was gone. I moved on. Now, I don't know the time frame between then and when it got found out, but it was a very long time to the point where like it didn't exist for me anymore. So I was shocked.
Yeah.
So anyway, like I don't want to say a time frame because I don't know how long, but it
doesn't matter.
It's a new year. It's our last year of school and we've literally we're like 1 week in of the last year of high school.
Yeah.
And I know that her and him have been having issues and basically she was having issues, went to the doctor. I know this now that she had suspicions of him because allegedly he was doing it a lot with a lot of other women.
So she'd been to the doctor and found something out.
Well, she didn't find anything out, but she used it to see if he would say something.
Oh.
So she said to him, well, I went to the doctor in XYZ, and then he said, I slept with Kayla. And we're talking like months and months and months, like I reckon at least 6 months down the track.
Oh, you're kidding. But
Yeah.
the dirty dog was probably fucking everyone.
Well, yeah, like that's not my business and I don't have facts, but I had people come to me after it being like, you know, he was sleeping with so-and-so. My best friend's literally been sleeping with him and I'm like, what? Anyway, what I did was fucking wrong. She was my friend. He had a partner. It was so unnecessary.
Yeah.
Now, what happened from then is I came to school one day and I just knew that something was off. I could feel it. I could feel that something was off. School hadn't started yet. We were in the homeroom.
Yeah.
I was eating a yogurt with a frickin' spork. Like, these are the memories I have.
Yeah.
And Nicole... I'm going to beep that out.
Yeah, beat that.
One of the friends of the group bowled into the homeroom and just looked at me and then bowled back out again. And I was like, they know.
You're like, no.
And there was nothing before that to tell me that they knew. And I was like, they know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know, that gut feeling that you start shaking. Like, you're just like, it's about to go down. Like, I'm in the shit.
It's about to go down.
So then another girl and that same girl bowled in and was like, we want to talk to you. And I was like, yeah, all good. Like, what's going on? And then
Were you just shitting bricks?
Yep.
Yeah, good.
Yep, 100%. Because I just knew. Like, although that memory wasn't there for me, I just knew in that second they know.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if I stood up or they came in and then it was all just like, and like our whole year group was in the common room, the whole year group.
Yeah.
So they just stood there because there was 3 best friends.
Yeah.
One of them, the chick that was involved, the other 2, the best friends.
Yeah.
And they just stood there and I don't really remember much, but it was just basically like, we know that you slept with XYZ, like you're fucking dirty, yuck, yuck,
Yeah.
yuck, 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 yuck. And then...
Like your fault.
Yeah. And I remember, I remember a couple of friends being like, what? That can't be true. You didn't do that. And I'm just like, I did. Like, and immediately people were standing up and moving away from me. Like everyone was off it.
Wow.
Like understandably, but then like my best friends did the same thing, just up and walked away.
Like didn't even want to know context behind it.
No.
Wow.
And then the chick tried to punch me. But I just have the memory of her just missing, but because I was eating my yogurt, she hit the spoon in my mouth and it cut the inside of my lip.
Oh.
So then there was like the rumors like, yeah, she gave her a hiding and like she was punching her and there was blood and I'm like, that's not the case. But also like, that's fine. Like that's how you felt at the time. So that was the incident that happened, right? And then to try and keep the story really short, what happened was the bell went and I walked out of homeroom. And it was like a movie. It was like within 1 minute, the whole school of however many students there are from year 9 to year 13, 9 to 13, the whole school knew what had happened. Everyone's whispering. I'm going from the homeroom trying to walk to my first class. Year 9 students 12, 13-year-olds like, yeah, apparently she did this, apparently she... And it was like a movie. Like I can just see me trying to get to class and I ran up to one of my really good friends who knew the whole time that I had slept with him. I told her. None of the friends I'm friends with now, but I had a really good friend at the time and I said to her, like, I slept with him and she was like, just keep it under wraps.
Yeah.
Now I ran up to her and she was around the group of girls and she went, don't talk to me. I can't believe what you did. And I looked at her and I was like, you've known the whole time. And the girls looked at her and was like, you what? And she was like, I don't know what she's talking about, but I would never have let her like do that. And I just thought, wow.
Wow.
So pretty soon the whole school found out. I was called into the principal's office within an hour because an incident had been reported. What I do want to say is the girl who was involved, who had the boyfriend that I slept with, never said a word to me. She never bullied me. She never texted me. She never posted anything
Everyone
on socials.
else.
It was everyone else. And it was people that weren't freaking involved.
Yeah.
Right?
It's always usually the case.
What happened was, this is the first week of of school. So we're in like January, February. For the rest of the year, I got bullied from the whole school, people that didn't even know me.
Yeah.
I got bullied from everyone in town that went to all the other high schools in our town, even though they didn't know me, they didn't know the situation and they didn't go to our school. I got bullied from people's parents. I got bullied from a specific teacher at my school who refused me to enter her classroom because of what I did to her favorite, people.
What the fuck?
The teacher. Yep. So fast forward, it got to the point where the principal was like, it's not safe for you to be at school. And it was a nightmare.
Wow.
And these are all people that are not even that person, that she wasn't even involved. It was just everyone else who thought they had a right.
Wow.
So it got to the point where I left school and I did at-home schooling, but I had to go to school. They made me do counselling once or twice a week and I had to collect my books from her as well. But random people not involved, clicked on to the times and days I was at school, they'd make sure they left their classroom just to stand in the hallway, fucking slut, you fucking whore, fucking, you're disgusting. And I'm just like, have you just joined my school? Like, I don't even know who you are.
Wow.
So then I had to leave school.
Yeah.
And I stayed home. And I couldn't even walk down the street. And this is months and months and months. So this happened for the whole year of 2013.
Then, did it ever like chill out and calm down before you moved? Or like what was chill, like sort of long story long?
So like, with no exaggeration, this went on for a year. What I know now, which I didn't know at the time, is my mum, which is really sad and upsetting, was going to work every day and panicking that she was going to come home and find me.
Yeah.
Because of the heat.
Yeah.
Everywhere she went, people were talking about it. People were asking her. There was a
That's
really
fucking
nice,
wild,
lovely
bro.
lady who was a mum of one of the older girls I knew. She worked at Caltex, the petrol station, and every time mum got petrol, she was really nice. Like, how is she? I hope she's okay.
Yeah.
My daughter has said so-and-so. There was also another chick who worked at Foursquare, who was older, but I'd never really spoken to her, but she would say to my mum, I don't really care. I know that if she's done
but
that.
What is it to fucking mums and adults and to fucking treat a child like
Small
that's like
town
us
vibes.
rolling around like
Small town vibes.
it's fucked, bro.
So I couldn't go to the supermarket. I couldn't leave the house whatsoever. There was a rumor that someone told me because they knew it had happened that these girls, a bunch of girls had broken into my house and went through my clothes and stole clothes from my house. Then at one point, my mum and I went to Palmerston North, which is like where our local shopping centre is. It's like a 40-minute drive. And we saw a bunch of the girls in their school uniform. And mum was like, just keep eating. Don't worry about it. If they say something, I will pipe up. Just leave it. And then mum was like, you know what? They're in their school uniform and they shouldn't be. They're supposed to be at school. So she told the school, like, these girls were at the shopping centre. Behind closed doors, what they then did was they saw me at the shopping centre, that they went and damaged their car.
And blamed you.
Yep, framed me for it. Said that I ripped off the windscreen wiper or something of their vehicle. Then they just started posting on Facebook, and this is like where it was huge. Like, everyone's on Facebook. There was threads and threads and threads and threads of people full going at me on Facebook.
Holy
like it was
shit.
horrific. My mum printed it all out, made a freaking thick ass portfolio. We went to the police station. This is like 6 months down the track. This isn't the same day.
And reported it.
Reported the whole thing.
Yeah.
One of the chicks involved was the head of school.
Wow.
And her dad was head of English at the school. Mum was like literally at the school like, you better revoke this.
Yeah.
Like get rid of her. So we're going to fast forward from January all the way to the end of the year. So the incident found out and happened in January. We're now like September, October, November. It's been a very long time and we're still got, it's still hectic. It's to a level where I can't go outside of my house. I don't go to the supermarket. I don't do anything.
Yeah.
Now we have our school ball at the very end of the year. So the school ball was coming up and
Is that like a formal or something?
the formal, yeah. And mum's like, are you going to go? Like, it's your last one. You didn't go last year, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I had those 3 girls, remember the 3 best friends,
Yeah.
one's the one that had the boyfriend, reached out to me and said, we really want you to be at the ball. We don't think that it would be like nice for you not to come.
Surely you were like, stitch up.
Just before that, my mum went around to all of the girls' parents' houses and handed them all a copy of the folder of the bullying.
Yeah.
Like it was feral. Mum
Yeah.
was like, you should be freaking locked up for this.
Yeah.
And then there was a knock at the door and I was home. And this whole time, like I'm not telling my family why I'm being bullied. They've just heard it through the grapevine. They've found out. Because I'm just a weirdo. I just don't talk about things.
Yeah.
But I remember just saying to my sister one day or something like that. Anyway, there's a knock at the door and like 5 of the girls were at my doorstep and they came in and they were all crying and they all wanted to apologise. They didn't realise how bad it had gotten. They didn't realise that I was actually
have fucking goosebumps. Yeah.
fucked up. The girls... Because then the rumour spread that I had given everyone chlamydia because that was how she found out. So she was like, I admit that I didn't get chlamydia, so it wasn't you. You don't have chlamydia. I just used that to get the information.
So the girlfriend come to your house?
Yep, with about 4 or 5 other girls.
Yeah.
And they were all apologising. They were all saying sorry. And my mum and my sister were just like, you guys don't even understand. Like the incident happened and my mum and my sister said she shouldn't have done that. Kayla was 1,000% in the wrong.
100%.
You 100% could have given her a hiding and been like, you're a fucking idiot and I can't fucking believe you. Leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But she was like, you've stayed with your boyfriend the whole time. You're still living with him. You never left him. You've literally been with him this whole time.
And you just ruined this girl's fucking whole life for
Yeah,
you.
my whole life was ruined.
Yeah.
And you got the whole town involved and like it just was horrific. Obviously I didn't befriend them. I didn't go to the school ball. And I actually got a boyfriend during that year who lived in a different town.
Yeah.
And I met him through another friend. So I ended up living with him and just getting a full-time job in a different town and just...
See you, mate.
I popped back in maybe like a year or something later when everything had died down and I could finally... And there was comments of like, oh my God, I thought you had left. I thought you went overseas. There was comments of, oh my God, we actually thought you had died. But we just thought it was all under wraps. And then that was my whole 2013, my whole last year of high school gone and my whole 2014 nearly gone.
That's
Like
wild.
this went on for more than a year and it was just horrific.
So your
like-
schooling fucking sucked.
Yeah. So then I went to uni for 2 years and I met 2 really good people who became my really, really good friends. And then we're just back in school again. But essentially, after a year and a half of us going to uni together and being really, really good friends, they started doing stuff without me. They started hanging out without me and I was feeling we're here again. Why are we doing this? And then I specifically remember... I studied beauty and we were doing massages that day and me and another girl were massaging those 2 of my friends and then she was like, oh my God, like careful, I've got like a new tattoo. And then the other friend was like, yeah, me too. And I looked and I was like, you guys have matching wave tattoos. I was like, when did you get those? And they just looked at each other and didn't want to tell me. And they're like, oh, we went away for the weekend and we're going to move. Because we were all speaking about where we were going to live. All of us knew we didn't want to live there. Like we wanted to actually move away. They had gone away like to the Mount, which is like I don't know, 3-4 hour drive for the weekend to suss it out. They got matching tattoos up there and decided they were going to move there together, all behind my back.
Wow.
And that's the moment where I had like 3 months left of uni and I just looked at my teacher and I was like, I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay at home for the next 3 months. You're going to send me all of the assessments and everything that I need to do. If I need to do a practical, I'll come in and do it. But I was like, I'm back at my primary school and my high school years again, and I'm literally going to go off the rails.
Yeah.
And that's when I bumped into this chick and she was like, oh, I live in Aussie. Do you want to come live with me? And I just went home to my parents and I was like, I'm leaving.
Wow.
Because I don't have a good fucking friend here.
Yeah.
I've been bullied and separated my whole fucking life.
Yeah.
No one ever sticks around with me. Everyone runs off and does things behind my back. Why the fuck do I want to live here?
Yeah.
And then I guess in the background, mum and dad were like, oh, I don't think she's like being serious. And then I literally teed it up and I was like, nope, you're buying me a one-way ticket for my 21st birthday.
So you're 21, yeah.
Yeah. So I finished my uni, which was that same year that I turned 21. I turned 21 on the 25th of December and my one-way ticket with 2 suitcases was the 28th of December.
Wow.
And I just left because I was like, what have I got left?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Arrived in Australia and then the next day I met the father of my children.
So hectic. Like that is just so hectic to me.
So that was over. We were inseparable. Like, not gonna lie.
Like for the next fucking 7 years or something. To keep that on a fucking short story. It was like.
Yeah. So I guess like I had him, so I didn't need to make friends, and he had his family, and like I was friends with his siblings and his cousins and stuff, and
so and that I think. So thank you, by the way, for sharing your little story, because things like that, I don't think some people will hold some shit in for a long amount of time. So.
I mean, when I went to therapy last year or the year before, when I that's hectic. Well, I needed therapy, so I begun. And of course, they want to go back to primary school and they want to go back to your upbringing.
Oh, it's brutal.
And I was saying to her, like, my upbringing was fine. My parents gave me everything they possibly could. Like, I was not bullied. I was not the M word. I was not, like, nothing. Yeah. Like, and then she started talking about my friendships in primary school and I'd tell the story. And then I get to high school and then she's like, there's a pattern here. And then I'm like, why?
Dude, therapists are wild.
And then I'm like, it happens again in uni. They fuck off and they...
Yeah.
Because in uni, those two friends, I basically had introduced them to each other. So then it's like, then they become best friends and then, Kayla doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's this constant like abandonment issue.
Yeah.
But like, am I the fucking problem? But that's when I like broke it all down.
So that's like if I go missing or I like go away for a couple of days, you're just like, and you're like, we out because you think I'm going to leave you?
Nah, I think I just panic because I'm like, if something genuinely happens to you, like, what do I do?
Yeah. No, I'm fine.
And I'm trying to like
can't get rid
damage
of me.
control your daughter to making her not get on a flight and like call the police and call the fire brigade and the ambulance.
Just so you're very aware, I'm not going anywhere, right? Can't get rid of me that easy. I mean, you're the only one I got, so sorry.
I mean, look, I just don't trust anyone anymore.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
I became really good friends with the chick here in Australia. We kicked it off 3 years, whatever. And then she got this new friend. And I'm just like, why are we playing that game? Like, I can be friends with you. I can have my friends. We can all hang out together or we can keep separate. But I don't need to be like, oh, well, I've got you now. So now I'm going to like ghost my other friends. Yeah. Some people you can see all the time. Some people you can't. Some people you talk to all the time. Some people you don't.
It's a wild, friendships are wild. I don't know. People are different. Like, I fucking hate people, soz. I hate people, bro. Like, the stories that I have of the girl mates that I have had that I have just ridded of. Like, and it's not so much like, I don't think a bullying side of thing with me. Like, I was never bullied, but girls fuck me over. Yeah. My sister, she will always say, like, you have the worst fucking trait of being friends with women, like because they 99% of the time they're either fucking my boyfriend or they're fucking talking shit.
Girls are bitchy.
Girls are horrible. Like,
but then we're not allowed to have guy friends because we must be fucking.
Right?
Oh, so that's your friend. Oh, you're just going to go sleep with him. Like, can we, why is no one ever fucking happy?
And I've always been really good friends. Like, I've always been friends with dudes. Like, guys have always been because I'm just chill. Like, I don't have time for bullshit. And as soon as girls are involved, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
Like, and like I said, all the girls, like I have a lot of chick mates that obviously I love and adore, but girls fuck me over. And I don't know if it's because I'm so like, oh yeah, whatever. Like, or they think, oh, I have been friends with some fuckwits. But again, it's like I have so many guy mates, and then, you know, your partners or whoever, it's like, oh, well, you can't, you know, you're fucking them. Fuck off. Kind of chick mates because you're sleeping together.
Yeah, kind of guy mates because you're sleeping together.
Like, what?
Can I have friends at all?
Yeah, God forbid a girl have a fucking hobby. You know that. But yeah, so that's pretty wild. And like, moral of the story, I think, like, you get here, you get with your baby daddy, you're with him for fucking 7 years, 8 years, whatever it was. You don't really, your life is him and his family, and you don't really, now here we are. Single, you were single, obviously, when we met, and you know,
and just in a full era of just wanting good people around me, wanting to have solid friends, but the friends I had were just the two in particular were in two different. Yeah,
I had a friend here. She actually moved here with me. No, she moved here after me. In separate, I've known her since I was like 16. And she moved here after I did, and fucking just fucking tried to fuck me completely over. Like, where I just went, I just cut ties. Like, you fucking piece of...
Bloody hell.
Anyway, they'll probably know who the fuck they are if they see this, but...
Well, I hope they're watching and giving us... Fuck you.
That's a big fuck you. Anyway. So moral of the story, we're not fucking. We're not lesbians. We're not sleeping together.
Also, I really wanted to. High school, like, we follow each other on Instagram, and they reply to my stories all the time.
Yeah, fucking watch me shining, bitch. What? Look
but
at
also,
me now.
there's still a couple of people specifically that like my parents see in town all the time, and my sister's always like, "Oh, she's a fucking mole." Like, oh, I fucking saw XYZ today.
It's funny, isn't it? Really, like, people, you know, they can degrade you and they can make you feel like this big. But I personally think that people who are like that hurt people, and I think that people who carry on like that and treat people like that, whether or not you did a bad thing or not, like, I've always found that
But the person that I did the bad thing to had nothing to do with the whole year that I experienced.
But I always think that people like that, they are horrible to other people because they cannot take accountability for the shit that's going on in their life or in their mind, and they're fucking mean towards other people because you can't control your own shit.
Thank you.
You're
was
welcome.
Deep.
You're welcome.
I don't know, but yeah, friendships have killed me my whole life.
Yeah.
People always fuck me over.
Yeah, girls are fucking
Obviously,
dog
it puts
shit.
you in the mental headspace of like, perfect, I'm the problem.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You're not a problem, honey.
Thank you. I'm a good problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's very like need shit done, like a little bit of a problem, but not like that much of a problem.
No, but you just tell me like, no, stop.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Like, slow down. We're not going to click the button yet. We're not deleting it yet.
Breathe.
And then 2 seconds later, see, that's why.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh my God, it's not there. Well, if you had have thought about that before making the actions, Kayla, we wouldn't be here right now.
just
So
a
sometimes
quick
I have to
person.
slow her down.
Yeah. That's good.
In
it's
a
good.
non-sexual way. Just slow her down, you know, calm her nervous system. So I really wanted to speak about a topic because in the beginning we were talking about like girls can't be, I don't know like how we ran with it, like girls can't be friends with women without trying to fuck them, like we're not lesbians, rah rah. Yeah. And then I went on to say like some people will think that, oh, you swing both ways. Yeah. Now, when I was younger, so I just wanted to say like was when I was younger, lesbians weren't, it wasn't really a big thing. Like I think now lesbian, like the community.
Remember being in school and being like, oh, they're lesbians. It was all just like, oh, what boy are you kissing?
I had a girl once call me a lemon, right? Which was back then, that was what they called lesbians, was a lemon.
Part of my bullying was people saying I was a lesbian when I was in primary school.
Well, they called me a lemon.
And it gave me trauma, and I think people probably think now like, oh my God, she's been a lesbian the whole time. I've never been a lesbian. Fuck.
I've never been a lesbian. But
I just fell in love with a woman once.
They called me a lemon because I was dating a guy that they wanted. I was like,
what's a lemon?
A lesbian.
Okay.
But I was dating a boy that they wanted to date, and I was just like, they punched me in the face. Someone punched me in the face once. I got punched once and that was the end of everyone's fucking.
Was that the punch that changed your life?
Yeah, that was the punch that changed my life. Then I just become fucking aggressive. Anyway, so back then, like, I feel like now it's such a woke community of like, if you're a lesbian, you're a lesbian. You can't assume anything. You can't assume, like, it is. You can't say,
oh, she's sitting over there. Oh my God, it might not be a she. Like,
yeah, but when I was younger, you know, I had Bonnie Young, was me, it was her dad. It was, if I was to become a lesbian, like, I'd kissed girls and, like, I mean, fuck, through my fucking whole...
We all got drunk on the dance floor and kissed a girl because the guys were all like, oh my God, that's so hot.
Yeah, like, I was kissing girls from as young as I can remember, right? So I knew that that was obviously something that I enjoyed. And then through my, like, obviously I had Bonnie. It wasn't a thing. Like, I couldn't just become a lesbian. Imagine me, like, I leave, like, it was always you were sleeping with dudes or you were with dudes, like,
yeah,
which was, it's sad to me because I think back now, I'm like, I liked women.
Oh,
like I mean, through like my partying era, through like I've been with women, so it's, but I've always had this thing in my head of like, fuck,
you can't do it.
I can't have a girlfriend. Like, I have a daughter. You know, it's a man woman world. Like, you know, you need a partner as a man. Like, it's just so fucking crazy to me now because I look at the world sad. And I go, fuck, like,
no one gives a shit anymore.
No
everyone
one gives
is
a shit.
Everyone.
Why are you with a man so you can get married and have children? Lesbians are getting married
Women
and having children.
Women are getting married and having children.
Having children. I just want to love a woman. But no,
Do you want to be with a woman now?
No, I don't want to. I don't think I want to be with a woman. Okay. Is this the coming out podcast? I'm coming out to you guys.
Ren is stepping out of the closet.
But I am definitely admitting to the world that I like both parties.
Okay.
I definitely like both parties. Like, women get me wild, bro.
Oh.
But I don't think, like, what is it, bisexual? You know, I'm bisexual.
Would you?
Yeah, 100%.
I think you
100%.
would say that because you like both.
Yeah, I like both. And I just don't think that it's just been weird to me. It's like the world, I was not allowed to do that.
Well, maybe now that you're single, even though you're not in a place where you want to see other people at all yet, maybe this is your time
freaks me the fuck out.
Where you can just experience both and just enjoy it. Like, why should you not be able to experience both and enjoy it? Like, I still think that I'm straight. I still class myself as straight.
Yeah. No, you're bisexual. You've been with a woman. You've legitimately been sexual.
I don't walk around and be like, oh, fuck. Oh.
She's a bisexual, guys. Bisexual just seems weird to say. I don't know. Yeah.
We did that in one of the episodes and I never saw that actually.
Oh, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, moral of the story is like now I think it's really woke and it's everywhere in the spotlight and
friendships suck, women suck, but also we want to sleep with women.
But I think society is fucked.
Yeah.
I think I definitely come from an era where it was like
we had to download a friendship app to try and meet someone because we had no friends.
But it worked.
It did work.
I don't know if I'm probably out of that camera. It worked.
It did.
And I'm so grateful for Bumble.
Oh, 100%. I'm grateful that happened.
I was going to say I would do it again and again, but I wouldn't have found you. I don't need to do it again.
You ain't downloading that. I'm going to ban that app from your phone.
Yeah, I don't do that.
No, like more the merrier.
No, fuck no. We are enough.
Oh, honestly, it's so hard.
Could you imagine having another friend in our group? No.
Do you think
we
could
are enough?
Going from a 2 to a 3 scares me because I have the PTSD of like one person's always going to be left out. And it's probably going to be me.
My mum used to say 3 is a crowd.
Oh, darling. It's always me.
It's not going to be you. I promise. It's not going to be you.
I think that's why I can't have a threesome because I'd just be scared that I'd be left out.
Not that we've spoken about that.
Fat, ugly one.
She's just releasing our dark secrets. What? You're not the
not
fat,
us
ugly
together.
One. You're not the duff.
I'm not talking about us having a threesome together.
Oh. Anyway,
but now
I wasn't allowed to be a lesbian when I was younger because everyone would have judged me, and now I might just become a lesbian.
So now we're going to do whatever the fuck we want and we're not going to please anyone and fuck the people.
You know what? Fucking to wrap it up, I'm in an era, I think you are too, but I'll pretend you're in an era. I'm in an era of filling my cup. I fill everyone else's cup, and when you give out loads of energy and like you give and all this energy and you're filling people's cups, who the fuck, apart from you now,
is filling up your cup?
Who the fuck is filling you back up?
100%.
That's
Who's
why
filling
you go,
up my cup? 100%.
and you're like, hello, just someone put a little bit of energy in here because I'm dying. You know?
100%.
I'm filling my own cup. I'm saying yes to the things I want to say yes to.
And I'm saying
no
no
to the no. Yeah, I'm saying fucking no to
You
the
are.
things I want to say no to.
And you're
if
getting pretty good at it.
Yeah.
Like you're being very strict and like, nah, that
you.
doesn't fill me, so nah.
Yeah, that's what I'm in that
And like
era
not
and
being
that
a people
vibe.
pleaser and trying to be
Fuck
like, oh
that.
yeah, if that's what you want to do, like we'll do it. No, actually it's not what I want to do. Meet me halfway or don't come at all.
Yeah, that's where I'm at.
That
Do
for
not
you.
give a fuck. Yeah.
Love that for us.
Love that for us.
I just
Still like making good fucking shit, doing good shit, making good
Here's to
memes.
fucking making a podcast and like
look at
seeing where
us.
it takes us.
Yeah.
Catch us on tour. We just need
Yeah.
someone famous to watch this and be like, fuck, they're funny, and then just hire us to
Next minute.
do something.
Yap and sip on the road.
And we're like in a tour bus
Yeah.
going on stage. But
Really, it would be like a little high juicy van that we have to hire ourselves. We'd be like,
we drive. We have to get some sponsorship.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next time we'll have like sponsored seltzer cans or like, oh, I wish Better Beer would sponsor us. That'd be cool. Never mind.
Wait, I'm not going to say that on the podcast.
What? You can say it, and then if you regret it, you can just cut it out.
We can get Old Mate to sponsor us with some clothing.
Oh! Yeah. Yeah, we could. We could start repping that shit.
What did you say last week? I'm funny, not smart.
I said I'm funny.
Sponsored by. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
All right.
About that.
I think that's enough.
See you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye. I love you.